Well, we haven't done this in a while. It's Saturday night, 10 to 8 here on the East Coast, just outside Toronto, Ontario, Canada. How's everybody doing this evening? I had some spare time, and I'm getting ready for the Coherence watch along with Jesse at 10. I've never seen the film. I don't know if any of you've seen the film. I've also never done a watch along to a movie I haven't already seen. So it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out, just because, balancing paying attention to the movie and still talking might be easier said than done. It's just me tonight. Everybody's off doing different things. I think Kieran was talking about the drive-in earlier, and Maddie's gone on a trip, and Tommy's picking his nose somewhere, more than likely. No, Tommy's working hard. And who knows what Johnny's up to? I think I'd rather not know what Johnny's up to. It seems like the popular talk around these parts seems to be the Halloween Kills soundtrack. Now, someone linked me to a couple of other videos out there that have gone out the last 24 hours of other content creators basically attempting to debunk it, and I almost wish we could debunk it. Not because it's bad or anything, but, just to say, hey, something else didn't leak. But we can't. It's real. It's very real. So just make sure you're not one of those people paying some fraudulent, mother Canucker out there money for something that he did not create. Solid hasn't listened to them all yet. I don't know what group it was on, dude. I seen you made a post and you had the one circled that you had heard, and which means everything else you hadn't heard. So there's 2 tracks I'm like very curious to see what you have to say about, and because they're 2 of my favorites and they're both new pieces. So it is what it is. Here we go. Let's get into Q&A time, guys. Q&A. We're probably only going to do this for about 20 minutes, so I need to drive my future sister-in-law home and then get ready for the watch along. The Lost Relic. What filmmaker do you prefer, Denis Villeneuve or Christopher Nolan? Yeah. Also, by the way, if you want to support the channel, feel free to send in a super chat. You can do that as well. Oh man, like I love Denis Villeneuve. I don't know much about Dune. I don't know what to expect from Dune, but I'm excited because Denis Villeneuve did Dune, so it gives me hope. You know, Blade Runner 2049 was an absolute disaster at the box office, but in terms of quality film for a new sci-fi movie, I I really liked Blade Runner 2049 quite a bit. In fact, some of you've probably heard me say this on this channel before. I think the best visual film ever made is Blade Runner 2049. The cinematography is absolutely stunning. It's a blend of realism and futuristic sci-fi. Um, it just they nailed it so good, and yet the movie just did terrible at the box office. It's unfortunate. Sometimes these things aren't a sure thing. George Lucas once said, "You can screw these things up." But Christopher Nolan, I mean, whether you're like Nolan or not, his track record is unbeatable, undeniable. It's incredible. The Batman trilogy, the Dark Knight trilogy, more specifically. Um, Inception is stunning. I haven't seen Dunkirk. I thought Tenet was great. I can't think of a bad Nolan film. It's slipping my mind, but the one with Matthew McConaughey and the space one, the sci-fi one, um, Nolan has just been spot on for so long. There's a reason he got 20% of all box office coming in, which no director had ever gotten to that point. Sorry, I'm just reading what you guys said. Gary Sims, is it worth looking up the Halloween soundtrack? Is it spoilers? So here's the thing. It's music, right? So spoilers are kind of subjective. I think if you've seen the trailer and then you read some of the titles, you will be able to piece certain things together in the movie. Um, Again, it's hard for me to sit here and say that because I've also read the script. So I can't definitively say that you would, but I feel like more than likely, just from seeing the trailer and then seeing the track listing, you'd be able to spoil a few things for yourself. And it all depends how much you want to find it, man. I'm sure it's out there. I know it's out there. Um, you just don't go pay someone for it. That's ridiculous. That mother Canucker is going to get all sorts of karma coming to them. Tommy out partying. What does a Tommy partying look like? Tommy partying's probably some tea, a few biscuits or cookies in his sense. But yeah. I actually just messaged Tommy. He had replied, and I was rude, and I did not reply to him. You'll see me. Look, I haven't done a one-on-one stream for a while, so. Matrice Robinson says, "I'm glad you brought this up. I really want to talk about this, and I want to. I'm going to stress something as I do talk about it. They say I'm going to be pissed if they do not keep theaters open. Alrighty. Well, adios. We don't do that stuff here. And it's just me too. I don't think there's any chat mods around, so I can sit here, can have my drink, talk to all of you. Let's bring that question back up. I'm gonna be pissed if they don't keep theaters open. So I guess I'm gonna put it, I'm gonna say warning, we're about to talk about the pandemic. And we know how that can ruffle a few people's feathers. The movie is coming out, guys. That's not to debate. The movie is coming out. Doesn't matter what variant it is. Doesn't matter how bad the case numbers are. The movie will come out this year. Now, I can't say that for every movie because that would be lunacy. But these guys are already well into their marketing campaign. They've already delayed it an entire year. There's already so many leaks, and believe me, they know. They're not dumb. They know the script has leaked. They know that the trailer leaked. Jamie Lee Curtis said so as much. I think it was on Instagram. They know the soundtrack has leaked. There's no chance that this movie does not come out this year. Now, that doesn't mean theaters aren't going to close. That does not mean that theaters are going to close. Because I'm not a doctor. I can't come on here and predict what the fuck numbers are going to be 2 days from now, let alone 2.5 months from now. But I can tell you the same thing we told you a little while ago is the last we heard. And again, this isn't like some, Fandom Empire is the only place that knows. It's rumblings that are out there that they were talking to Netflix about a October 31st debut. Now, if theaters were to shut down in the United States of America, which we hope it's not, like, come on, we've had enough of this shit. I'm not saying not to take it seriously, by the way. I'm someone who believes you should take it seriously, and you guys are all entitled to your own opinion. That's cool. I don't really care, if I'm being honest. I just care about how my family and I handle it, and everybody else can handle it however they wish. But theaters closing, if things get bad, could be a real distinct possibility. But this movie's going to come out. And it actually made me wonder. It made me wonder if maybe some of the talk that's going on right now between them and Netflix and various other streaming services, of course, is a potential plan B if theaters were to close down, who would get the exclusive rights. Because make no mistake, they will make more money by selling this to a streaming company than they will putting it on premium video on demand. Streaming companies, Amazon, Hulu, Netflix, Disney Plus, all those places. Well, Disney Plus is a little different. Pay massive Paramount Plus, massive dollars for exclusive content. And they would be far more successful selling it to one of those than they would be running it on premium video on demand. I know we all wanna, go see this in cinemas. Who doesn't? But I can tell you, that basically my excitement level has gone down a bit. When Halloween Kills was supposed to get a full theatrical release and a full treatment in IMAX, I was stoked because IMAX is my favorite way to see a movie. I think it's stunning. And that doesn't mean I'm not going to be able to see it at IMAX, but its availability in IMAX, to my understanding, is going to be extremely limited. So by not seeing it in IMAX, it does bring my anticipation down for the movie just a little bit. But at the end of the day, if I have to watch this movie at home, then I'm going to watch it at home and have a great time with it. And we'd probably arrange something on the channel. Obviously, we don't want to do that. Nobody wants to think about the possibility of that. However, when you see Deadline come out with an article about Clifford the Red Dog, Big Red Dog, being yanked from its release schedule due to concerns about the pandemic and the variant, if you will, you have to ask the question. I've literally been asked the question at least a half a dozen times in the last 2 days. Will it come? Will it come? Will it come still? And the fact is, I don't know. I don't know how anybody's going to react to this. I really, really thought we were basically done with this shit. And I hope that we are, because I feel like if I watch the Bo Burnham special another 4,785 times, I might start to get sick of it. And I do think that's a great special to watch during these times. I think it really, it's a nice relaxer and yet makes you think. But I can tell you that this movie's coming out. Like, it would be one of the worst decisions that the studio could make if they just randomly decided, you know what? Yeah, maybe we won't. Maybe we won't put the movie out this year. Yeah, theaters closed down. Maybe we'll wait another year. Not happening. Movies have a shelf life. They do. Especially when the entire movie, minus the visuals now, is basically available to the public. So it's difficult to say what will happen. Let me turn I know there's some questions in the chat, and I'm going to get to them. I'm not sure how much longer we're going to go. It won't be longer than 25 minutes, so we're not on here long, because then we're going to break for an hour and then come back with a coherence watch along with one of our Patreon supporters, Jesse, and I have no fucking idea what to expect from this. If you guys and gals have to watch Halloween Kills from the comfort of your living room, I really hope not. Is it going to bother you that much? Or are you at a point you've waited so fucking long that it's just like, show me the movie. I want to see the fucking movie. And if I have to watch it on my 172-inch flat screen, kidding, I think mine's 55, then I will. I'll enjoy it from my home. How do all you feel about that? I know there's a bunch of Halloween fans in here right now. If you have to watch this movie from the comfort of your own home, are you okay with that, or would you rather them delay it another year, which won't happen? Like, I would bet a lot on it. Now, I don't have a confirmation. I can't say that, yeah, I heard from person X, there's no chance this would happen. This is just my own belief at where they are right now. Solid Saturn says, if I have to watch it at home, I will. Horror movie lover, show me the damn movie at this point. You don't have to wear pants if you watch it at home, so that's a plus. I suppose that's frowned upon in the movie theater, isn't it? I suppose that probably doesn't go over well if you go to a movie theater and they see that you have no pants on. It's probably not going to end well for you. Matrice, you hit it spot on. We have to be realistic. I'm going to watch it no matter what. It's been so long. May wait till Halloween night. That's what I find interesting. Is Halloween night's a Friday is this year, is it not? Let me see. No, it's a Sunday. Which would be a weird release for Netflix, but it makes me wonder if they do something special on Halloween. I think it'd be cool. I hope that, like, so if theaters did close down, what if we can't see the movie till Halloween? That would be one hell of a way to celebrate Halloween. But for the love of God, the only thing that comes to my mind when someone mentions theaters closing down, which, again, I'm a Canadian, things are really starting to open up here. I understand that things have started to get a little worse down south of the border. But the idea of cinemas closing down again. It's true. As Kurt Angle once said, it's damn true. And here's the other thing. Guys, gals, if cinemas close down again, regardless of what the reason is involving the pandemic, it's going to be bye-bye for a lot of cinemas, a lot of movie theater companies, a lot of them barely held on through this one. If they have to go through another one, that's it. That's it for some of them. Some will survive for sure. It is what it is, I guess, and it's scary. I can deal. It sounds like basically, I haven't seen one of you guys say yet that you would absolutely not watch it, and would rather it delayed another year to see it in theaters, which is good because, in my opinion, there's no chance that happens. And if it does happen, the 1% chance I'll give it. Again, I'm talking about the movie coming out in any form this year, whether it means theaters or premium video on demand or a streaming company. I'll give it a 1% chance that they would delay it. 1%. However, if it does happen, I almost feel like I might have to come online and just have a therapeutic discussion with our community here, because I might need to be talked down from whatever crazy state of mind I'd be at that point. I can't. I know there are people that will argue this, and some just for the sake of arguing. I can't fathom any reason why they would delay it any further than this year. Sean, if someone sends you the album that bought it, you still did nothing wrong because you're not the one who paid. Oh man, that's a whole bag of worms that I don't know if I want to go through. I would simply say nobody should be paying people for content that they did not create. That'd be like if you're super chatting on the channel. We have Daniel Farron's writer from Halloween 6 and writer and director from Ted Bundy, The American Boogeyman, who's going to be on the channel this coming Thursday. And that'd be like, for you to ask him questions, you guys are going to have to send in super chats because we have limited time. But that would be like if you sent the super chat money to, I don't know, Dave McRae or something. What is that? Lizard. How? Lizard. How? Yeah, this is terrible timing. Apologies. Apparently, Jade and her sister didn't think something through, at all. But that happens. Bottom 5 MCU movies. I'm trying to think if I've seen all the MCU movies. I think I have at this point, except for Black Widow. I have not seen Black Widow. My bottom 5 MCU movies. Let me pull up a list of the MCU here. Again, I think I've seen everything but Black Widow. I just need a visual reference here, especially when you super chat the channel. And she brought me ice cream, which would not work well on air. Generous thought, but that's the last thing I'm going to do on air. There's a big difference between me sipping my drink and me spilling ice cream everywhere, or even melting down here. It would get everywhere, and there's a lot of expensive equipment around. And generous thought, though, by her sister. So we're clear. Hang on. What do we got here? Apparently there's 24 of them now. Maybe there's more than that. All right. So The Incredible Hulk was terrible. Couldn't stand it. So that'd be in my bottom 5. I would also put Ant-Man and the Wasp and the first Ant-Man down there as well. I'd probably put Thor Dark World down there, even though I like the Thor movies. I wasn't a big fan of that one. And I'd honestly probably have Black Panther down there. I know that's, blasphemy to some. I just wasn't a big Black Panther fan. I feel bad for even saying that after, the the passing of Chadwick Boseman. So I wasn't a big Doctor Strange fan either. I liked the character, but I didn't think his first movie was very good. So there's that. But yeah, no, I would go both Ant-Man movies. Black Panther. I can't have Black Widow because I haven't seen it yet. And Thor Dark World and The Incredible Hulk. That'd be my 5. So maybe that would piss some people off, but hey, it's all subjective, right? It's all subjective. It's weird. It says I have something highlighted still, but I don't. Worst Halloween movie. Oh. Like are we talking worst from a like scoring point of view or an enjoyment point of view? Because those are two different things. From a scoring point of view, I think Halloween 5 is the worst put together Halloween movie. And from an enjoyment point of view, it's probably Rob Zombie's Halloween 1 for me. Because for whatever reason, my fucked up head and sense of humor gets a good chuckle out of Malcolm McDowell in the second one, even though it's egregious, it's terrible, and Donald Pleasance would be rolling over in his grave. Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. Yeah, it's hard to disagree with. Have you seen the runtime for Halloween Kills on the Venice International Film Festival website? It says 105 minutes. Yeah, I think for a long time, this thing was bouncing somewhere between 103 and 110. I don't know if that includes credits or not. I'm assuming that it does. And I could see that. From what I understood, one of the cuts earlier on in the making, and this wouldn't have been the first cut. When you're going through this process, there's usually multiple cuts. One of them was 2 hours long, so they've obviously trimmed it down more. I just really, really hope they didn't trim the shit out of the flashback. Because even when you listen to the soundtrack, specifically tracks 3, 4, and 5, which I won't name, it's nostalgia crazy. You know, it's again, the flashback is full of nostalgia, and it's meant to bring viewers back to 1978, and it's a continuation of where we left off in that movie, which is really hard to do in a whole separate movie more than 40 years later now. And they're doing it in a way that I think some people might say it's too much fan service, but I think if you're a fan of that original movie, you're going to be geeking out. You're going to be geeking out about what happens and who you get to see and how it sounds. And I think they were trying to stay as true as they could to how John Carpenter did his. So can't wait for the Venice Film Festival. Yeah, I do know someone who is going. And we'll get a non-spoiler review from them of the film and what they thought. Hopefully they can just come right on the channel, but if they sign an NDA, they probably won't be able to. But you know, it is what it is. But we won't be, you know, going spoiler crazy on this channel. We never have. You know, there's already a script out there for the longest time. But I assure you, and I seen this as like heavy talk today on Twitter about spoilers and leaks and yada yada yada. Well, there's like the spoilers are going to be unavoidable after Venice. Someone who is there will open their mouth, and it won't just be someone who has read the script and claimed that they were there. It'll be someone who was in attendance, will open their mouth and spoil every fucking detail of the movie, because that's what happens in 2021. So if you're like trying to stay spoiler free when it comes to this movie, whenever that date is in Venice, I can't remember the date anymore. It's early September. You're going to want to avoid the internet for about 5 weeks because it'll be everywhere. You won't be able to to go anywhere without fucking hearing this person did that and that character did this and oh my god, I can't wait to see that. And yeah, so Isaiah, I'm still confused how they will do Halloween Ends after ending Halloween Kills. Well, that makes two of us. So like we said, there was a leaked script for Halloween Ends that leaked out there, and I wonder if that was before the changes or after the changes. But it did not take place on the same night, and I wrote it off as fake, and that was my bad. But another prime example of, and I mean, if you read the Total Film magazine, which I don't have physically because it's Canada and we're forever behind. They walk you through why, not necessarily why they did what they did, but they walk you through that wasn't the plan to begin with. So we'll have to see what happens. I don't believe the ending. If you've read the script, I believe that is the ending. I would be stunned if it's anything else, because they haven't shot anything since the second one leaked. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. Are we going to see Tommy's childhood home? I think I can safely say no to that one. Maybe. You know what? See, I had to go back and think about Halloween 78 there. Chat, help me out. Unlike a lot of Halloween fans, I don't watch Halloween 78, 5 times a year. Not that that's a bad thing, but it's not my favorite Halloween movie. It's probably second or third. But the house that Laurie's at the end of, well, mainly in the back half of the movie, that's Tommy's house, right? Or am I wrong? I can't remember. Can someone in the chat answer that? House that Laurie's in at the end with Tommy, or the back half of the movie, is that Tommy's house? I'll wait for an answer. Yes. Oh my God, really, Sean? Really, Anthony? Really? I would say honestly, I've probably seen the first Halloween movie. Probably like 20, 25 times. Definitely not hundreds. But Halloween 4, Halloween 4, I've seen more times than I care to count. But yeah, no. Yeah, I don't remember, if I'm being honest. So we'll put a maybe on that one. Anthony over here hating the shape fell off Tommy's balcony. Yeah, I'm going to put a hard maybe on that one. Maybe. Again, we don't really dive into details about the script or anything like that, but I don't think so, because this isn't really a spoiler. Where Halloween 78 is from Laurie's perspective for the most part. The flashback in Halloween Kills is from the perspective of two. Well, that's a lie. The flashback is actually a perspective of 3 different characters. So it's definitely, well, it pays tribute to 78. It's different, you're not focused in on one character. And so yeah. Dune and Kills at the same festival. I wish I'd be there. Yeah, we'll have to see if Halloween Kills comes to Toronto. I'm not ruling that out yet. I have my fingers crossed that it will, but I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I'm looking forward to Dune. You got your T-shirts today? Send me some pictures of that shit, man. I don't even know what ones you ordered. I got mine on, one of mine on right now anyways, the Fandom Empire Now. Talking about Venice, hope it's at TIFF too. Yeah, no, I hear what you're saying. We're going to go for about 5 or 10 more minutes. The floor is yours. If you guys want to support the channel, you can send in super chat. A super easy way you can support the channel, though, is by clicking the thumbs up button. There's 40 of you guys and gals in here right now. Click that thumbs up button. Let's get the likes way up there. It takes literally less than 2 seconds to click the thumbs up button, help the channel out. And by the way, if you're new to this channel right now, we do have a feature installed where you have to subscribe to the channel in order to participate in the chat. And after you subscribe, I believe it's a 5-minute wait time before you can participate. That's just something that we wanted to do. It's a shame that we had to do that, but we wanted to do it in order to protect our community and our audience from very, disturbing individuals. We'll leave it at that. Hit that like button. Absolutely. Joel says, dying to see the flashback. Genius, right? Right. There's another thing that'll tell you about privately, Anthony, that's on the channel now too, but I don't want to give that away. What's your top favorite 5 horror movies? Oh, dude, I don't know if I can do top 5 off the top of my list. So how about I just give you 5 movies that I love, but please don't take it as my definitive top 5 list. Halloween 4 is way up there. The original Halloween is up there. The Shining is way up there. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre from 2003 actually is way up there. And while it's not horror per se, I love the movie 7. Just absolutely love it. Geek out about it all the time. I need to get me a nice physical copy of 7 with all the extra features and all the balls and whistles, if you will. Bells and whistles, if you will. Balls and whistles. Balls on my mind, people. H4 is the best Halloween film. Yeah, man. There's a lot of people that would not agree with you and I on that. But I honestly think between acting and pacing and the score and the enjoyment level, that H4 is the best movie. I don't just think that it's my favorite. I do think it's the best put together Halloween movie to this point. Oh, I see a question from Ryan, which I can't wait to go off on. But we'll get to that in a second. Isaiah, do you think Ends would be another 2018 when they do a few years from Kills? I felt like it hasn't been talked about much, not trying to spoil anything. I think Ends is going to be extremely different, extremely small scale. We said on our Patreon forever ago that they were casting 2 significant balls and whistles, right? Balls and whistles. Fuck me. Hang on, I'm looking at Anthony's messaging me. How dare you message me when I'm on here, man? Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I had the H Kills one on the other day. I have not ordered a Fandom Maniacs one yet because I think I want to get that one in a hoodie, and it's way too hot up here right now to wear it in a hoodie. But yeah, no, we got some great shit on our graphic store. I don't know what the fucking link is to it, so just go to Google and type in TeePublic and Fandom Empire, and I'm sure it'll pop up. This is what happens when you come on here and you do a intimate sit-down Q&A with each and every one of you fine individuals, and you're trying to shamelessly shameless plug to your merch store, and you end up accidentally saying all the balls and whistles. It's that kind of night. God, I hope coherence isn't terrible. If so, I'm blaming Jesse. Lee Powers. Trick or Treat Studios is making Halloween 2 and Halloween 6 6-inch figures coming soon. Yeah, I seen them. And I got to tell you, even when I hold up this guy here, as I probably knock everything down. Okay, I'm not going to hold him up, but I have the box here. The problem with that is, you see something like this that Toronto Freddy was kind enough to gift me. And you see the level of detail there with the Judith Myers on the tombstone, the pumpkin, even in bobblehead form. And I believe it's from NECA. Yes, it is. I like Trick or Treat Studios. Am I blurry? I'm blurry now, aren't I? See if we can get this in focus. There we go. Nope. Son of a bitch. I think that's okay now. Yeah, okay. Fuck. It's what happens when you're on here alone. You're not just a small box and all the little terrible things stand out. So, yeah, no, that figure does look amazing. I don't know. Trick or Treat Studios is kind of, you get what you pay for, right? Probably a saying that a lot of people hate, but you get what you pay for. If you pay $10 for something and you pay $200 for something else, the thing that's $200 is probably going to look a hell of a lot better than that. Yes, balls and whistles. Balls and whistles. Dying to hear the Halloween Kills soundtrack. You mentioned that it's sinister. Yeah, I think it's very sinister. And by sinister, I mean in tone, not the sinister movies. So yeah, for sure. Ryan. Oh, geez. Oh boy. Yeah. I'll be honest. I didn't like the Fiend character. I like just Bray Wyatt of the Wyatt family. Thought it was amazing. I thought he could have been the next Undertaker. Tremendous talent. Someone who, like myself, is not skinny. He's a bigger person, but has some athletic ability. Obviously, he has way more athletic ability than me. But he was probably my favorite guy that was still currently active there full time. And I got to be honest, like I seen these two horrible guys who just like, it was 12 minutes of the stupidest fucking shit I've ever heard in my life it was just Vince McMahon's God basically, and he can do no wrong, and CM Punk can't draw money, and Daniel Bryan can't draw money, and they don't know nothing, and Goldberg's a way better wrestler than them, and it was just like, oh my fuck, what am I listening to right now? And it was just horrible, and the way they talk to their community and their audience. Like, I'll joke around and be like, hey, what are you guys doing, you mother canuckers? You guys know it's an inside joke here at the channel. But these fucks, holy crap, like they were flat out verbally assaulting their own audience. And I can't get behind on that. Hey, Jesse's here. Jesse, I'm heading out of here in about 5 minutes time or so, dude. But we'll be back in time for coherence. Maybe for those that are on the fence about joining us for the watch along, Jesse, maybe type in the chat without giving any spoilers what coherence is about. Type in the chat what coherence is about, and I believe it's free on Amazon, so that can be a way that you watch along with all of us. But yeah, no, it's terrible, man, and as long as Bray Wyatt wants to wrestle again, regardless of what the gimmick is, he's shown he has talent. I mean, he did an Undertaker feud all by himself up until the match. Like, hello AEW. Like, I know you don't want to get too full, but maybe they turn Rampage into more than just a 1-hour show, and they're right there. Because if you don't think that Daniel Bryan, CM Punk, and Bray Wyatt can join, or draw, I'm not a huge wrestling guy, but I feel like I know a couple that would strongly disagree with that. And make no mistake, CM Punk's not rumors anymore. That is 150% happening. I was done with WWE a long time ago, Linton. Long time ago. Literally, as soon as the Punk stuff happened back at the beginning of 2014, that was it for me. I'd watch a match here or there on YouTube or something, but have never watched consistently since then. I like this. This is a good take. Halloween 4 is great, but I think it has the worst kills of the entire franchise. I don't know if it has the worst kills, but it's far from the best, which makes you wonder how much better Halloween 4 could have been with better executed kills. Like, think about that. What if Halloween 4 had the second or third best kills in the franchise to go with the pacing of the movie, the storytelling, the tone, the cinematography? I think you'd have a lot more people saying that that's the best Halloween movie. And yes, I am still taking heat over not having Laurie Strode on my top 10 list the other day. It is what it is. Lee says, can't wait to get all Halloween 4K 5 sets soon. Yeah, man. I have it coming as well. And I got to figure out how I'm going to put it on display. Might go on display right here. I need to get like a little shelf there, but Jade's workstation's on this side where you see Kieran sit sometimes. You'll be back in Not Seat Tuesday. T. Parker says H4 is my number 4 in the series. Well, that's cool. That's cool. And yeah, the ending is great. Zachary Clark, I'm so ready for the Smallville Blu-ray set. I'm more ready for the Smallville revival cartoon that I'm guessing will likely go to HBO Max if it gets picked up. We certainly hope it does. I have you can't see, but like this shelf that's over here. I have the small, I wonder if I can, this is probably going to be terrible. Oh, there's a fly. You can sort of see it. I got to turn it back, but you can see it right there. That's the Smallville Complete Series DVD. So that's cool too. Cool. We do got to get going here soon, guys. I got to drive Jade's sister home, and then I got to be back here for the watch along with Jesse. Jesse has a description, apparently. Here we go. A comet with a mysterious, shady history is going over Earth while a group of friends are meeting for a dinner party. After learning the history of the comet, bizarre events begin to occur. I'm going to assume that you didn't just type that out itself, and that is the synopsis of the film, or a preview, anyways, of the film. And if you did type that out yourself, then perhaps you found yourself a new line of work, because that was very well written. When Taker was done, yeah, I think the thing that bugs me about the Taker thing, like him and AJ, I'm not going to call it a match because it wasn't a match, movie being or TV being the last he fights is a bit disappointing. I think the last fight should have happened in the ring, and I definitely still think there's a possibility you could see him come back for one more in the ring, pending on the situation. Even him at the end of that, his version of a Last Dance documentary, he even said, well, who knows, maybe one day. But do you want to see that? Because he was struggling at the end, and who can blame him? His body's basically duct taped together. Can I point out something I saw in the Halloween Kills trailer? It's not a spoiler. It's in the trailer, but I want to make sure it's okay with you first because nobody's pointed it out yet. Well, a lot of people pointed a lot of things out, but yeah, feel free. Feel free. I'm late, but I made it. Jesse, we're just getting ready to get out of here, man. I would say in the next 3 minutes or so, we're going to be off here. But we are back at 10 p.m. Eastern. Jesse and I will talk a little Halloween because Jesse and I have never spoken vocally before, and he's one of our channel's biggest supporters. He supported us huge on Indiegogo, which, by the way, filming on our prequel, The Haddonfield Slayer, is going to pick up soon. And hopefully next week, I will have some time to show you a little something from Haddonfield the Vanished. So look forward to that next week or the week after. Why didn't you include Skullfuck in your 10 best characters? That actor, I believe, was in the movie, the Martin Lawrence movie Blue Streak, and I actually like him in that movie. So seeing him in that role in Rob Zombie's Halloween was just very, very jarring for me anyway. Yeah, it's unfortunate that they chose to have Brock Lesnar end the streak when, at the time when you did Punk the year before, you could have had Punk end the streak and really become like the company's biggest heel going forward. But it was very clear that those two didn't want to do business together anymore. The Ghoul coming soon to AEW. Yeah, you could see it being something like that, right? Like, why not? Again, they got to be careful how much they fill out their roster here. I'm fine with ex-WWE guys. I'm also fine with indie guys. I think there is room for it. I think they're growing. The ratings show that they're growing. Not that I've been watching consistently, but with Punk coming back, I will definitely be paying more attention to it. I think something like that is definitely in store. Any last questions and or comments before we get out of here for an hour, and then we'll be back with the watch along. I was waiting for the shape to point out whatever he was going to point out in the chat, but it has not happened yet. Anyone seen the fan cut trailer for Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 that just released today? I have not. Sound Painters, do you want to post a link down in the comment section, and I'll check that out? Because I think I know someone on the channel that does trailer reactions that I'm sure he would love to do a trailer reaction to Rob Zombie's Halloween. Hope your Blizzard has all the balls and whistles in it for you. Well, never gonna let that one down, am I? Thank you. Well, thanks, Sean. Thanks for being here. Kieran, who I tried to get a hold of earlier, I was going to try to get him on, but figuring out that game. I see you're doing another stream. Yes, I am indeed. And board games are hard to figure out. Some of them, anyway. I can't. My number one thing for the next board game night I want to do is I want to do Game of Thrones Risk. Ideally 6 people. And just have a fun night, kid-free, record it, and just have a real good time. Shane O'Mac. I was the shape, but I changed my name. Sorry, bro. Shane O'Mac is in the best in the world. I've seen a lot of WWE jokes on that one. Cole Edits. Why does that sound familiar? Cole Edits. I'm sure Terrence would love to do a reaction to this Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 new trailer cut. I get to be how Star called it. That seems a little unfair, calling it just out of the blue like that. Yeah, no, I love that game, actually. I think I've showed it on air before. I'll show it off one more time without breaking everything, hopefully. But I've yet to play one game with this, and I bought it almost 2 years ago. And while it's nice to have on display, I paid a lot of money for Game of Thrones Risk, which has a terrible little sticker sticking off of it. I paid a lot of money for that. Beautiful board comes with it. Great pieces. I love Risk because why not get pissed off at each other while doing a game night? And I think this was like $75 before taxes. So it's on the to-do list. Oh, man. Cole's Edits did a fan cut of Rob Zombie's Halloween 1 that got 2 million views. Wow. I've not heard of this. I stay clear of a lot of Rob Zombie stuff, man. So kudos to them for that. And yeah. My ex-boyfriends, a couple, got the Xmas we spent together. Oh, really? That's awesome, man. That's awesome. I've been dying to play it. I got like quarter way into a game that didn't finish for reasons that we won't talk about live here on air. Michael chopped the firefighters in pieces with an axe that was stuck in one of the firefighters. And I'm not sure what you're asking, man. I'm not sure I get that one. I'd have to go back and rewatch it. I haven't watched the trailer in a long time. Although I think Terrence might be watching the trailer soon. So it is what it is. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for this little live watch along. Sorry, the watch along is at 10 Eastern for this Q&A. Thanks for coming out. We didn't have a lot to talk about to begin with, and yet we made 55 minutes of airtime. You guys click that like button. A few of you hit the subscribe button. Greatly appreciated. And we'll see you in 75 minutes for a watch along of Coherence. And after seeing that synopsis, I'm a little more excited. It's intriguing. So we'll see what happens. And if it's terrible, it's Jesse's fault. Anyways, that's going to do it. We'll see you in a bit. Have a great fucking weekend. And despite what Johnny says, Cousins is, you're not supposed to do that.